Video about Minecraft and data hoarding. And here we go, assets.minecraft.net to minecon.7zip. It's a 7-zip archive that was compressed and had a password on it. Now, this was found something like 10 years ago, and this gives you an idea of how ridiculously good a passworded compressed file can actually be as far as resisting being broken into. Someone had to run password guesses continually on computers, but because nobody's going to type them, for almost a decade or something. And when they opened it, they found some BS in it that wasn't really worth making into an Easter egg for Minecon, Minecraft convention, back that long ago. So anyway, there's minecraft.net to minecon.7z, and when you look it up on the internet, that actual bit of the title, like I just typed there, you get this, which means this is one of those obscure things. Oh, I forgot, you idiotic Google. Oh, okay, there we are. Now we're back to normal. So anyway, yes, I did that to make a joke and to pre-emphasize how annoyed I am with Google. But anyway, here we are. Google hiding stuff. Oh, slightly more assets to look up. So anyway, what this was it was left on the server as an Easter egg for someone to find if they figured out, oh, these assets on their website for their game were just wide open. You could just download them. So what was in it? Well, what was found in it, the one that's there now, is a music video, well, just a video recording, that had some stupid stuff in it. Somebody built it up as basically a joke, and that's funny. But it's not the original one that was uploaded. When people discovered it, the company, I think it's Mojang, went ahead and just swapped out the file with another one that was similar size or whatever, padded up, so it fit. Now, what was stated, and is most likely the answer, is this was an original copy of Minecraft version 1, which it may be a version that's a long-lost version, and if you're not aware of it, the Minecraft community is filled with people who go out of their way to look for assets from literally everything that's missing, because you can just get the assets and sometimes reintegrate them into the game, and a lot of hacks are done with it. And again, as evidenced by every real successful game, make sure your game is extremely easy to mod and extremely open to manipulation by the users, because that's cool. Images found in assets at minecraft.net. It's like, I mean, it's a whole subgenre. You find out all sorts of cool things. This is archive.org, and these are the earliest archives that occurred for 2011. You'll notice this specific positioning I've done here. Out of 327 files, URLs, anything that was archived from minecraft.net at all, under assets.minecraft.net, this is the only ones from 2011, which is the approximate period of time people believe that that file came from. And, oh, blink and you miss it. This one is the same thing. This one is using the port 80 trick, which sometimes gives you a completely different view. It may or may not provide some help. And this one without port 80 after .net. This one is using HTTPS, and the one with port 80 just shows nothing. So that means that at the time, at least in 2011, when archive.org was making archives, people asked for these files to be archived repeatedly. There are 327 files on archive.org. Now here's what I'm going to tell everybody. One of the tricks to make it to where you are able to swap a file out on a server that may be getting accessed by a bunch of people is to put a dummy file in no one's going to access, and then swap the names really quickly with a short script so that it disrupts the fewest number of people who might be messing with the website as possible. That way, if anybody were to notice that you'd swapped a file out, like what happened, they would just assume it was a bad download because it was 2011, maybe they had a bad connection. So, again, the file name is supposed to be, after the directory structure name, to minecon.7z. Now, there's lots of files that could be equally about the same size. They could have been one of these that was archived, presuming it was a jar file or some other file type. Most of them are jar. That means Java archive or a jar full of Java. So, happy hunting, because if you're looking for that file, number one, unless somebody downloaded it at the time, which no one's come forward to do so, except maybe the first 2 or 3 people that ever saw it, hopefully they didn't erase their drives, the only place you're going to find it would be an archive like this, or someone stripping the entire website, grabbing all the assets as soon as they found it. Those would be data hoarders, not hackers. And again, it requires that you type in a password to open that 7-zip file. Now, this is the thing. The original 7-zip file, again, was an Easter egg for Minecraft convention Minecon, tominecon.7z. It was probably an Easter egg just for the people at Minecon to download, and they would have been told a password. Something easily heard from a microphone through a speaker system. It would have been a dictionary word, and it might have been an in-joke, like Steve is God, or something like that. So if you're looking for anything, first of all, number one, the meme about this being decoded is based on a password, which nobody seems to have said in any videos on YouTube. So if I find the password that was used to make the diversion file that got uploaded later, swap it out, I'll post that in the video if I ever find it. Next, I don't trust people on the internet when there's something innocuous like a file like this that should have been immediately dumped to the net, not being dumped to the net. Someone should have done that. So next thing is multiple languages. In other languages, you would have to look up not this string, but the words tominecon, but request it through search engines and have them somehow set the time and date stamp to a limit sometime, some year, like somehow set a time limit on, let's say, the main Google page, and look for people mentioning it back then and seeing if anyone in a foreign language, or your language, saved a copy of it and try to contact them. You might want to put up a video that says, hey, if you ever downloaded tominecon.7z or anything from the Minecraft.net server back in 2011, 2012, 2013, you might want to do a shout out on some forum somewhere. Now, the only forums that are really bringing this up are Minecraft-oriented ones that I have no knowledge of, and two, Reddit, which I can't link to because YouTube will decide to flag my YouTube and channel to death for even mentioning it in the video sometimes. So, if you know any of this information, or if you were bopping around on the internet and might have downloaded it, you're going to have to find someplace on a Minecraft thing on Reddit to talk to them about. Other than that, that's all I've got to offer. And again, the tools are here. And don't assume it's going to be the right size or the right file type. There's lots and lots of files here that easily could be swapped out. They just have to be binary recordable data, meaning they have to be made to where something isn't going to try to compress it, like a picture will get compressed or whatever. Jar files and 7-zip files don't get altered when you archive them or store them somewhere. Anyway, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Good luck with that. And if you want to help with the decoding of this mystery, maybe you'll be the one who does it. And again, if anybody already knows the password that was used for these, I'm going to include a link to the correct file because there is a copy of it someplace. It's just not that old. And you can just test it out and make sure the password's right. I'll include the password in the video's description if I find it. And I'm sure it's something like Steve is God or, eat your Ovaltine or drink your Ovaltine. Who knows?